Welcome to AndyTube. I'm happy that you clicked on this video, and I think you'll be happy too. If you saw the beginning of it, you know I'm announcing a 20% discount code. And I'll get right to it here. It's for the website TNT Repair, owned and operated by Terry Fielding in American Samoa. Now, let me bring it up here, the code number, and I'll post it in the information below the video, and I'll show this slide a few times for you. But it's, there we go, that's a little better. So tntrepair.com, 20% off, good for the whole year, expires 12/31/2018. And you see the code there, ANDY-H-YT. It can be used when you buy anything on his website. And there isn't an amount limit. You know, if you buy something for $10, he'll give you 20% off. If you buy a few items and it's $40, he'll give you 20% off. And there's no usage limit. So you could go there today or tomorrow and buy something and use the code, and in a week or two maybe you get another machine, or you told somebody else about it and you want to help them with the machine. You go there to buy some parts for them, you can use it again. And to me this is very very generous. Nobody else has offered me anything like this. And I know that many of you, if not most of you, are familiar with TNT Repair and Terry Fielding. But I also know that a lot of people who are new to vintage sewing machines come to the AndyTube channel looking for answers about their machines and repair methods and so forth. So I want to give you some background on TNT Repair and Terry, especially for those people. And while I'm doing that, I'll browse through his website a little bit. Terry was the first person that I knew of who cracked the code, so to speak, for the do-it-yourself machine owners who wanted to learn about maintaining and repairing their vintage machines. Now, he's got over 30 years of experience with sewing machines. 10 years of that he worked for Singer itself. And that's where he cut his teeth on the touch and sew models, which were coming out at that time, especially the 700 was newly out. Now later he owned his own sewing machine shop for several years. He later shocked a lot of people when he started his online repair do-it-yourself information site with parts and information for vintage sewing machines. Now my understanding is he started off with GeoCities, which was a Yahoo product started back in 2004. Now that GeoCities, it didn't really allow a shopping cart or anything like that, and Yahoo later shut it down around 2006. And that's when Terry started his full website with Yahoo in August of 2006. Downloadable information, shopping carts, just a full-blown website that you're looking at right here. He also spent time during this period with allexperts.com, but he didn't have the time to devote to it like he wanted to, so he pulled away from that. But he started a Yahoo group called Singer Machines, and I believe he still moderates that. And he's a member of other Yahoo groups, We Fix It, Singer Slant Sewing, Vintage Singers, and probably some other groups I'm unaware of. Now, when he first started online, there was only a couple other people doing this. And what made Terry stand above these other people was when he started making his own personal guides on the methods and procedures to repairing and placing parts. So he recognized that, there's people out there, including me, that had a strong desire to work on their own machines, but were just unsure of how to go about some of the repairs. Now, I bought some of his guides, and I found them to be very nicely done. They're clear, they're precise. I could just follow along step by step, and they guided me right through like what I needed to do for the repair or part replacement that I was trying to accomplish. So he didn't only sell replacement parts, but he also sells guides to help if you need, and he still does that. And he sells parts of various models, and some of them are harder to find parts, and he has specialty tools from the trade. And he has other brands, some other brands and information also. Now, I'm strictly a Singer guy, so I didn't pay much attention to them. But if you go to his website, you'll see what I'm talking about. I wonder if one of his guides is here on this page. No, I'll try and show one later. Here's a let's see, this is for the Stylus series, and he's got a lower end gear replacement guide that is a download. It's $10.95. It covers both the feed and hook drive gears, timing. Let's see, I don't think I can open this up really. Okay. While he's doing all this, now keep in mind that he was an IT and premises manager for a local bank where he lives in American Samoa. And he did that more than 13 years, and then he left that position when another bank took over. And he currently works full-time as a clerk of the court there in America Samoa. So he devotes evenings and weekends to this website and his customers, and he's sharing this information still. And 30 years of knowledge and experience, and he's willing to share it, and it's just in one place here, and that is priceless, I think. Now, I don't get a kickback or anything from Terry. I don't want one. All I want from Terry is for him to stay in business and keep helping all of us vintage sewing machine enthusiasts with our machines. And he makes it clear in a few places on his website. His shipping's a little more expensive because of where he lives, and that he's gone to a flat rate type of shipping to try and expedite it and make it as fair as possible. Where he's at, the mail plane only services the islands there like 2 days a week, So if you order something today and the mail plane comes in tomorrow, it's going to be on that plane. If you order something today and the mail plane left yesterday, he's got to wait a couple, 3 days to get it on the next plane, depending on the, where they are in the twice a week cycle. But he explains all of this on his site, and when you go to check out, he's got a couple of check-off boxes that you understand the mail situation, and you understand his return policy, and about downloadable items and so forth. And just like any other website, he currently takes PayPal, and he's trying to work out a credit card payment system, and hopes to accomplish that. I see the last couple months he's been upgrading his website to be more mobile friendly, and he's trying to stay up to date on everything. And given where he lives, he can be subject to internet slowdowns and sometimes an outage. They had a big tropical storm there a month or two ago that knocked him out for a couple days. But he does his best to respond to almost all the inquiries people send him. Now there's some that he won't respond to, and he talks about it on his website. Like he's not going to tell you what your machine is worth. He doesn't get into, should I buy this model or that model? He can help you with your questions and problems, but he can't put his hand on your machine and say, aha, I know exactly what's wrong. It's the same way for people who write me about stuff. You know, I have an idea, and based on my experience and stuff, I could give some suggestions. And I've asked Terry for help before, and you know, most recently he helped me. I had a real noisy bobbin case, and I was just really struggling with it. And I, you know, emailed him and, hey, you ever had this? And, you know, any suggestions? And, you know, he emailed me back and said, well, you know, you might try this and you might try that. And trying that was the charm. It worked great. Fixed my problems, and that was it. So, and he'll take donations, you know, through PayPal if you'd like to donate them. He's got a lot of free items on the website. Almost every page you go to, like here's the stylus page, this whole top section up here is free stuff. Then he gets into his guides and his parts that he'll sell for those models and so forth. Here's the 600 series touch and sew. Same thing. This whole thing is all free PDF files. The next section are free like parts schematics and so forth. Then he gets into the repair guides and so forth that he's written that you can purchase. He's got a specialty tool here, a roll pin punch, to help remove the top vertical gear on that machine. And you know, I don't like I said, I don't do the touch and sew models, but if I did, this would be the first place I would start to get information and guides and so forth. And like I said, the 700 series touch and sew was just coming out when he started with Singer, so he's been on that from the very beginning. And he, like I said, he knows more about touch and sews than anybody I've ever met. The old Singer repairmen that I've met and befriended in the past, you know, their day was well before the touch and sew series. So and I mentioned he's full-time job as clerk of the court there, but he spends times on the evening and weekends to fulfill orders, answer questions, keep his website updated. So I really encourage you to bookmark his site and take a look at it, become familiar with it. And if there's something there that you do want to buy this year, or all up until the end of the year, use this coupon code and get 20% off. And in discussing this with him through email back and forth, you know, you can share this with family and friends, and if you're in groups or sewing groups, quilting group, you know, anything like that, go ahead and give it. He gave this to me for my AndyTube viewers, and I thought that was really generous. And so go ahead and share it. And if people find what they need there, it's a good deal. It's quite interesting to me, his experience, all the free items. I think one of the most valuable things he has on the site are the different repair guides that he wrote. But he's quite familiar. Here's the Futura and Creative Touch series, again with free tips and schematic. These are all usually PDF downloads. He's got manuals for them. Here's a timing belt guide, hook to needle and feed timing only guide, $7. Tension rebuild with the fiber washer and retaining collar replacement. You know, there's just a lot of knowledge and expertise here. And he's got parts for like the retaining collar and the bobbin case, and complete or partial. Here's a bobbin winder lift cam. I found some stuff here that I just didn't see anywhere else, you know, online and from other sellers. He's got a big section on the Athena and Touchtronics. He is familiar with the electronics and some of the circuit boards, and he even has a few replacement boards that he's been able to test and verify that they're working. Here's a whole section of different bobbin cases that he has. And here's some Elna, Kenmore, Viking, Brother, New Home. You know, so he does have some other brands and parts too. Singer tension units and parts. This little plastic tension stud gear for all the 600 TNS, Fashion Made Stylus. You know, the original tension studs were all kind of molded aluminum, and the gear was just part of it. Then they went to a slip-on plastic gear. And I've had some of those that are cracked, and you really can't keep your tension spring, check spring operating properly. And he's got some, $1.50. Let's see what else. Here's a big old general tips page. Top tension testing, improved threading for the slantomatics, bobbin usage tips, replace the side plate and spring, check a hook for birds, theory of operation for the 700 series touch and sew top tension unit. You know, that's why I said if I was going to get into the touch and sews, this would be the first place I landed, I think. So thanks a lot, Terry. I think, like I said, it's really generous of you to give that to my folks, and especially it's kind of unlimited use and anything on the on your site. So tntrepair.com, 20% off discount code for 2018, and bookmark his site, go there, look around, a lot of information, a lot of good stuff. He'll try and help you if he can, and share this. And thanks for watching AndyTube. I appreciate you stopping by, and I was pretty excited about being able to share this with you. Okay, we'll check you next time. Take care, all of you. Bye-bye.